This episode of Hidden in the Shadows is sponsored by the new podcast, Scary Time.
Welcome to the podcast. We talk about all the things that are hidden in the shadows. This is Isaac.
And this is Megan.
And on today's episode that you guys are listening to day before our favorite holiday.
Favorite holiday.
It's all about
spooky.
Halloween. This is Halloween.
Spooky.
Okay, that's not the lyrics on the song.
I know, but I made it megafied.
Whatever.
Okay.
Now, today we're going to talk about all things Halloween. From past memories to our favorite moments.
Yep.
To
traditions.
Yeah.
And I have a story about Halloween. It's not like a scary story. Well, I guess it is.
Well, we do have a few scary encounters, and I guarantee some of them happen on Halloween.
Yeah. No, mine was more of a... Yeah, so I have like a stalker story that happened on Halloween. Not really stalker. It was just like a weird encounter. In the dead of the night. In the pale moonlight.
Excuse me, I just hear that eating.
Yeah. Probably going to be some burly man bottom belches. He had Moe's Southwestern Grill.
They are not a paid sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Not giving no free advertisement out here.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway. I guess one of the things we could start talking about, because I know amongst many things, a few things I want to talk about, but one of the first things. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when the last time you actually trick-or-treated?
Or
how old were you?
Yeah, I was actually... I was like a teenager age, and I had a really bad encounter with that, like the whole age thing. I was like just at the crest of a teenager, so like 13. And I was actually going because I have a sister that's 10 years younger than me. And so she was 3 and I was kind of helping her around, and my friends were kind of there, and they were kind of trick-or-treating with their younger siblings, and they were carrying the bag and helping, we were helping our younger siblings go up there. And I remember I had this guy that like pretended to put candy in my bag and then took a bunch of candy out. And then I was just getting like so many like, "You're too old to trick-or-treat. I'm just taking my little sister around." Like that situations. So that's like that year I was like, you know what? I would rather give a kid that's like dressed up and like cool like candy than like bitch about them being too old.
I think 8th grade.
Real quick,
probably
though,
the last time, yeah.
Back on that kind of like subject, they mock the old kids for trick-or-treating, right? Like older kids.
Yeah.
But yet you have these moms that go with like infants that can't even eat candy. So like, I mean, isn't that the same thing?
I mean, I guess, but I guess they're just taking a little kid. Have you taken like a toddler that's like can't even walk yet? That's
yeah,
dumb.
like an infant, like
yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
If you're having a Halloween party where you're showing your infant that
I don't know,
costume off, yeah, I can understand that, but like taking them out trick or treating, no.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying is like, like older kids get so much shit for like wanting to go out and trick or treat.
It's free candy, man.
And it's also like, I guess like for me, I would want to go because I would want to grip onto my, whatchamacallit. But last year, like taking Killian out, I'm not against trick or treating, but I'm like, about candy from people. Because last year there were so many stale candies and odd tasting candies that shouldn't have tasted like what they tasted like. So I'm like,
George, what candy we gonna put out here? I don't know. Use the one from last year. I ain't looking at anything new.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like. Even like my grandmother, because we only went to a couple houses, and
What would kill you?
Yeah, it was some weird ass candy.
Like I said, most likely it's like old candy.
Yeah, just I don't know. what we're doing this year, I actually kind of think it's kind of a cool tradition to do.
For now.
For now, yeah. Like, we're barbecuing and, like, doing, like, some crazy stuff in the backyard, like... And instead of... I saw on TikTok, instead of, like, an Easter egg hunt that they have, it's called a ghost hunt. And you wrap the candy like little ghosts in little sacks, and you hide them. It's gonna be fun. I think it's really cool. I would have been like, dang. This is a good thing to do. As a kid, I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a costume this year. I wanted one I planned, but I don't know if I can find the actual things.
Well, like I checked.
And yours is elaborate enough that you should have been.
I know.
Already had yours for a
No,
while
I should have grabbed it when. That's the problem, though. It goes by so fast. Like October always zooms by, and it's so sad. But like this one, especially like zoomed by. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that costume, and then it's now sold out at Spirit. So.
Yeah.
Meh.
Now, I was trying to remember last time I stopped trick or treat. I think it was 8th grade.
Yeah.
Was that like 14? I think. That's the last year I did.
I feel like you were the kid that like was like, we can't stop until I fill up my pillowcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of like competitive a little bit.
Oh, I say I stopped. I believe you stopped at a certain
sweets?
time, but because it was me, my brothers, my sister, and our cousins.
Yeah.
They would all go together, and we all basically get in the back of my grandfather, my uncle's truck.
Mm-hmm.
We basically we'd walk the house to house to house that we can get to consecutively, and if not, then we get back in the truck and drive to the next neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? Because we lived out in the boonies. There was no places near us to trick or treat, so we had to go in town.
Yeah. There is like the neighborhoods, because most of my trick or treating years were done here, like where we live.
Well, it's nice you city folk live inside the city, but us country have to go out into the city.
Be quiet. No, but there's like some neighborhoods that do it. Like our street, for some reason, we got some fuds on the street that like don't even turn their porch light on to hand out candy. They don't decorate. It's just past people's bedtime, I guess, on Halloween. But on the other side, like the newer part of the subdivision, they go all out. We went last year, remember? It was like a whole shit ton of kids.
Kelly was freaking out.
Yeah. Too many people. But there's one neighborhood that we lived in that it was like, it bordered, like, there was like some really rich, like, borderline mansion. Like, these people got to, like, they handed out full-size candy bars. Like, you know, so we would always go, yeah, let's go to the rich people's houses. Like, I mean, these houses, I mean, they were easily worth $1 million a piece, probably.
Oh, they know.
Huh?
The rich people know. There was somewhat of a, I won't say a rich neighborhood, but more higher class in my small little town. And everybody knew to go around the neighborhood because you always get cool stuff. And believe me, we did. You got glow sticks. You got like little like giveaway toy things and stuff like that.
And they would like, I remember there was this one house in the neighborhood. It was like, because it literally was like the poorer side of the poorer side. Yeah, it was like as you went up on street numbers, it's like it went all the way up to, you know, like poorer side, then the middle class, and then like people, they got money. They got like, you know, BMWs and Corvettes and all that stuff in their driveway. But there was one that was kind of like, it was a nice house. It was a cute, like, little cottage looking house, but they would actually like build a separate part in their front yard and like do like a haunted house. That's like my favorite things is like, you know, before, you know, whole COVID and everything got canceled type of deal. I used to love like the little like haunted stuff that they used to put on around here. But everything got canceled this year, like everything. So.
Well, there's still the stubborn people who don't want to accept, you know, the virus running around.
Yeah.
So they're still going to try to hand out candy. And there could be, you know, people out there. I can't think of a safe way to do it. Like, I would love to take Killian out because one of the things I want to see, because his costume would have been what? The Catboy from
we did get him
PJ Maxx?
Yeah, we did get him a costume.
Like, I would love for him to run into a kid who's a lizard and a girl who's is she a bat? A bat, maybe? No, that wouldn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't.
Bird thing. Owl.
Owl, yeah.
She's an owl, whatever. Owl chick. Like, I want to see them, like, him meet up with those two other people, like all three of them together, right?
Yeah, like, this was the first time, too, like, he picked out the costume. Like, we looked at it online. He picked it out. I picked it up. And he tried it on, and he was like, yo, this is cool. You know, it was so cute, like, getting to see that.
Hence why we're just throwing a party here.
Yeah, so, yeah. He's gonna dress up and all that.
Do you remember what your first costume was?
Oh, yeah, I posted it, Cinderella.
You know what mine was?
What? A rocker dude?
It was a punk.
I gotta see if I can find that photo, and I'm gonna post it.
It's me and Gabe, right? Because we were, I think I was 5 and he was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see.
And it was our first time trick-or-treating, and I remember our aunt, Carmen, she was the one that dressed us up. Yeah, she just Gabe was a cowboy, and I was a punk.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we were both punks. Were you both punks? No, I was a punk, he was a cowboy, that's right. And she got like a black shirt. I had black pants. They put makeup on me. It had like my hair spiked up, whatever. And they gave me a chain for a belt, an actual chain.
Yeah.
You know, which I didn't understand that with a lock on it too. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember she was giving me like this glow in the dark skeleton necklace, but it didn't actually glow in the dark. She's supposed to keep it in the sun or something. I don't remember that. But yeah, that was my first costume.
See, I was Cinderella because, like, I wanted to be Cinderella. I don't know. Like, I was really obsessed with Disney princesses when I was younger. I was Barbie one year. I know that. I was a cheerleader. I think I was actually a Barbie cheerleader, so I take that back. I think those two got combined. I was, like, a 50s, like, poodle skirt chick. When I started getting, like, older, I kind of stuck with, like, vampires, witches, that kind of stuff. But, I'm trying to think if there was any costumes that standed out.
You know how many years I was a ninja?
Really?
A lot.
Why?
Because it's a cheap costume my mom bought.
That is true.
Me and brothers always picked it. I think we kept saying Ninja Turtles, but she just got the ninja costume. Yeah.
No, you know what my mom used to always do? She used to wait last minute, like October 30th, go and get the costume. Like, she was just...
No, my mom would go, like, the 15th or even earlier. Because she was saying, like, what do you guys want to be? Because this is what we're going to get now. And sometimes we would say certain different things. And she was like, oh, I can't... Let's see what's there at the comics, the costumes. So it's like, a lot of times we made her own.
Yeah.
Because... You didn't have a lot of money, so you had to make your own stuff. But one year I was a gangster.
Gangster?
Right? I think I had a white shirt, I had a black tie, black slacks, and suspenders. And I think I borrowed a fedora
like
from...
a cholo?
No, like a gangster from like the 50s or something. Or the 40s. Like a cholo.
Well, no, because I mean, I've seen that before.
Sorry. A gangster from like the 40s.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on there? See?
Well, I'm gonna edit. I don't know why. I could see you as a cholo.
I want to do that one year.
No, dude.
Because I'm big enough now. Don't. What did I say about call me dude?
Oh yeah, he hates that. Sorry.
But yeah,
call everybody dude.
I had the fedora. I had the whole thing. I had a little Tommy gun, plastic Tommy gun, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I want to see you as like a Nacho Libre character.
A luchador?
Yeah, luchador.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of like built like one. Like, because I noticed like they have like big shoulders.
It's on my list of costumes that I want to do.
Like you and Killian, I would freaking die. That would be the best costume. Because it would be so cool because like if you were actually like Jack Black's character, like Nacho Libre.
No.
And
he would have to be Jack Black's character. I would have to be the gold guy. The guy that's all gold. Basically the villain that he fought at the end.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense because he's small and he'd be fighting me and I'd be like the big, big bird, Mr. like Escamito or something like,
Yeah. But
I know a luchador is kind of what I want to do one year. Zorro is still on my list. And,
one of my favorite costumes. I still like doing like the sugar skull kind of like painting like the Dia de los Muertos. I know, I'm just making sure I don't want to butcher anything.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah. Like that. I don't know, I've always thought that was so like cool. Like the whatever. The painting and stuff, like how people did it. I was that one year. I was Megan Fox's character from Jonah. Was it Jonah Hill?
Yeah, I remember I was Ezio Auditore.
Yeah, I don't know why. Honestly, I think it was like a last minute decision and I just went and grabbed whatever.
Mm.
But I was like the Alice from the video game, like
Dark Alice.
Dark Alice, yeah, 1 year. Which that was a kind of a fun thing to do.
You know, funny though? Mm-hmm. This is long before, I think it was like 2009, right? Long before we were dating. And I remember selling somewhere. I was with them. Mm-hmm. We're playing a show, a Halloween show. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a Friday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow. Yeah, we're recording the day before, so it's tomorrow for everybody else. But you listen in today.
Yeah.
Like a Friday before Halloween concert show. We'll get a Gabe's band selling somewhere. By the way, if you ever guys want to check them out, I doubt they have anything out anymore. You might be able to find stuff on YouTube, but they were a pretty good band that was around the scene of like 2010, 12, 13. But anyway, no, they had a Halloween show, and I just went there because I wasn't doing anything. I think I dressed super nice as far as costume. I wanted to find we call it a Kato mask, so it looked like I'm going to like a fancy like Halloween party or something. Yeah, that was my idea, but I could never find a Kato mask. I'm
trying to think if there's anything.
Yeah, let me finish my story.
Sorry.
But when I was there, you know how many Alices I saw.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the costume for like scene chicks back then.
Oh, I guess so. There
was 2 different ones at the show. Like I saw, like, because we went there, then we went to like back to his house where he was having like a small get together, and like there's another chick came at Alice, and I was like, I told Gabe, Gabe asked me, he's like, so it was like, is this like the popular costume or something? I was like, I don't know, but yeah, it's a lot of.
Trying to think, like,
everyone was like Harley for
oh yeah,
a couple years ago after Suicide Squad came out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was any costume that was like I was feeling myself, like I was like, yeah, I'm this character and I feel badass. I think there was one year where I was like a vampire, but like a modern vampire. Like I had like I had black leggings or like leather like jegging kind of things on with like combat boots and like a leather jacket, and like my hair was like wild, and I had like the whole like really, really dark makeup and stuff like that. I think that was like kind of like Elena Gilbert, like when she's like Catherine in Vampire Diaries. If anybody watches that.
No.
Yeah. You don't watch that, but I do. Well, I did anyways. I didn't like when it started getting like, this person slept with that person, and that same person slept with that person, and that same person slept with that person, and that person. Oh, wait, they're best friends? Oh, yep. They're related down the ancestral line? Oh, do they sleep together? It just got too bad. Sorry.
No, but yeah, I think after 8th grade in high school, I mean, I still dressed up, but after that, I kind of just went and hang out at different parties, Halloween parties, like my friends, like some friend over there, and then maybe I'll go walk around town with my cute group of friends, and we go this person's house and that person's house.
Here's a fun fact: I have never been to a Halloween party.
Man, you're lame.
No, I never. I just wasn't the partying type, like.
I'm not saying like I go party with people drinking.
No,
well, there was, but
I told you though. Like I've told you before, like I didn't have a lot of friends. I put it to you this way: even in adulthood, like for whatever reason, I am not the person that they ask to go hang out with. Like they're like, oh yeah, we love Megan. Megan's so cool, but we won't ask to hang out with her for some reason. So I don't know. Plus, I had a lot of anxiety during high school, so like I don't think a party would have been a good situation. You know, I don't know if that has to do with like the ability, like sensing people's intentions and sensing people, and I think that had a lot to do with like panickingness in high school. So like going to a party would have been like a no-no, even if it was like a mildly tamed party.
No, I think. Yeah, because it wasn't like I was invited to any of them. I was just with a group of people. We're like, hey, let's go see what they're doing. So we would go over to their person's house and like, hey, what's going on, guys? And like they kind of didn't tell like to leave, but while we were there, yeah. So I think one night I went to 4 different ones.
Dang, look at you.
Yeah, I think it was with Fred Steven and Matt and their girlfriends at the time.
Have you ever been to a party where it's like what they paint in like those like teen movie party situations?
No. Wait.
Like craziness like that?
Yes, kind of. But there was mostly as I was an adult, so they weren't really a teenager. That's when, like, after I was in band, because, like, I was in a band.
Yeah.
I think it was a Saturday Night Massacre. We would go back to David, the vocalist's apartment, after a show and technically have a party in a sense.
Yeah.
It was mostly beer pong and drinking and, like, kind of hanging out.
Well, put it to you this way, the type of person that I just am. I would rather sit at home with a bunch of horror movies, like, with, like, a root beer float and some popcorn. Like, that is just me. Like, I'm not...
That's what we do now.
Well, yeah, but even when I was, like, a teenager, I just was not the going out person, I guess. Like, I would go out with certain friends of mine, but I wouldn't, like, I don't know. Like, I got invited sometimes, but I don't know. I got painted as a shy girl, too, so, like, nobody, I don't know. It's just...
The word the kids are using these days is called introvert.
Yeah, I think I was. I was very to myself, and I had, like, maybe 4 friends that kind of, like, knew anything about me. I will put it to you this way. My senior year of high school, I got voted most shy, like, in the superlatives.
Yeah.
Which isn't the case. Like, I don't think I was shy. It's just... I didn't like the people at the school, to be honest.
Mm.
And... I don't know. It's just, like... I don't know.
What was your
Awesome.
favorite costume you ever did?
I think the vampire or the witch is like classic, you know? I know as a kid it was like any kind of princess thing.
No, I think Ezio Auditore from
Oh my
Assassin's
gosh.
Creed.
She was like...
Because I spent the most money on that costume.
No, you were strutting around that night. You were like, yeah, buddy, I'm Ezio.
Well, that costume was elaborate. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you had the blades and everything. You was just...
God, you're a dork.
I'm not a dork. No, he was like all for it. Like, Sorry, everybody. I had a cup of coffee before I did this. Actually, I had a venti, so. No, but I remember like coming in the room and seeing you, and you just put like the hood, the cape on, and I see you like
the hidden blades.
Yeah, like fake, like doing moves and stuff in the mirror, like in the.
If anyone knows who that, we'll go asking him, who the hell is Ezio Auditore? He's a character from Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah.
And
video game
anthologies that came from that second one.
Yeah.
My favorite of all the Assassin's Creed characters.
Gosh.
But no, I paid $160 for that costume. And it was elaborate. It had every detailed piece, right?
Uh-huh.
I didn't have a sword or anything. I just had hidden blades. But I mean, like from the cape, or the cloak to the hood to the shirt to the pants, everything was like on par. I was like, yeah, it was awesome. Like I never had a costume like this.
I think the worst costume I ever had was that Megan Fox one from Jonah Hill. Right? Isn't that the name of the movie? I'm not like
Jonah Hex.
Oh.
Not Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's an actor.
I knew it was wrong. I meant, sorry. Whatever.
Jonah Hex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Yeah, it's called Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
It's got based on a comic book character from DC. Anyway. Movie was
I think that was, like, the worst costume I had because, like, half the dress was missing. Like, it was so short in the front and then so low cut, I was like... This was not...
Well, that's her costume in the movie was.
I know.
And she's wearing panties in the front and like an open dress in the back.
It was literally my last resort. So, it was like...
No, but I think next amount of costumes I get in the future, I'm going to try to do something more elaborate. I know one year I want to go as Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And then Zorro, of course, is my white whale I still yet to do. Because I want it to be authentic. I want to be actual Zorro costume. Not like the Zorro costume with a Z on the hat or some stupid crap like that. No, actual, like, from the movie, Antonio Banderas, you know, that style.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was any I know I want to be, like, one of the Sanderson sisters. I want to be... What was the... There was a costume I first picked out. I don't know. I'd like to do something where it's like really challenging with like makeup, just because I suck at makeup and I kind of want to challenge myself. So I think something with makeup or like, yeah, something with makeup. Even though I like being a vampire or like a witch, I like that classic like Halloween. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If there's any characters I would like to go as. Is there any characters from a movie you would want to go as? Other than Zorro?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. I just can't really think of any right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Oh, yeah. Gomez.
Oh, yeah, Morticia. Oh, that was another one.
Yeah.
Why did I blank? Wednesday.
Why would I be Gomez and you be Wednesday?
No, that's weird. No, I wasn't talking about that. I said, yeah, Morticia. Like, I want to be... Oh, Elvira. That was another one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, on my wedding day, like, the girl that did my hair, she had to do it kind of, like, to get it, that volume, she had to do it kind of like Elvira. And she was like, you know what, Megan? You would make a good Elvira. You need to do that one year for Halloween. Because she could, like, she got my hair up in the air. Like Elvira's.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I could probably do a cholo this year. I got all the pieces. I just need a...
Oh, my God.
So I got a plaid shirt, and I got a white t-shirt. I just put it underneath and wear the plaid shirt open with the top button open. Yeah. Right? I think I got a pair of shorts like that, and that's my shoes.
Oh, my gosh.
Either have a beanie on or like a hat on.
I think I might go get like some face paint and do this sugar skull thing again. Like I had one where it was really cool one year. Like I did my hair like in this weird way, and like I was like like it had like the sugar sculpt like painting, but like I keep saying sugar skull, but I think that's not like the way to correctly pronounce what it is. You know what I thought about Killian going as, you know, Coco from Coco?
Yes.
No. Oh my God. This coffee did something with my brain. What's his name? The kid's name. It's not Coco.
Yeah.
I thought Coco was the grandmother.
No. Yes, it is. I don't know. I forgot.
I don't know. The little kid from Coco.
Yeah.
Is what I mean to say. Gosh, what is in this? Toffee not. Do you see what?
You're just tired.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, Killian had a little bit of a cold, so like, I got like 4 hours of sleep.
Now, what's your favorite candy to get?
You can't go wrong with a good Reese's.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I never seen a Miss a Good bar. I've always ever seen it in trick or treating, like Halloween candy.
What's the worst candy you can get?
Candy corn.
No, I think Dots.
Or raisins.
Dots.
I like Dots. That's all right.
Dots? No.
Another one. Another candy. I've never seen a candy
bar.
They were
made in 1940 and they didn't make anymore, and you're still getting the ones from 1940.
That's candy corn.
No.
Yeah.
That's Dots.
Well, probably both. They've only made candy corn once, and then
I feel like they put something extra in there to make people irritable in Dots. Like the dyes in it.
I hate when people give raisins.
I've never gotten raisins.
Yeah.
You know what I used to like?
Or toothbrushes. Who gets toothbrushes?
A dentist, probably. He's probably like, this is my worst holiday.
No.
But yet, I make the most money after this.
Or like that weird, crappy candy you get from your grandparents' house. That's like a wafer like cracker thing with like old peanut butter in it. No,
my favorite one, and it's like it's always at like grandparents' house, is that one that's like a strawberry. It's
my grandparents had all the time.
Fucking love those.
Ugh. That's the only good one out of a bunch, and then you put a cough drop in there.
I used to like. You know what? I wonder if anybody knows about this. There is a game on Nickelodeon back, like when I was a kid, like on Nickelodeon.com, you could go and play games. And there was this game called Black Licorice, right? And it was like just a computer game. And it was like you were handing out candy to these kids, right? And they were like young kids, like 4 or 5. And you had a jar of candy. And, you know, it would be like lollipops or whatever. And then in the corner would be a piece of black licorice. Well, you know, you give the kids the regular candy, they go, thank you, and they leave. And then you give a kid a black licorice, and he turns like demonic and goes, black licorice.
Yeah, I never heard of that, but that sounds messed up for kids.
That is the thing. I remember it freaked me and my sister out so bad. Yeah. I'm going to find that and post about it because that is an actual game. Yeah, it would go like, black licorice, and then the face would turn like demonic. Like, it used to scare the crap out of me.
Why? Why would they have such a thing?
I don't know. It was on Nickelodeon, though.
Now, we've been teasing at this for a while, but what's some of the more scary things that have happened to you on Halloween?
I think the scariest thing... Like, I've never actually had, like, a terrifying moment. I think the scariest thing was, there was one year where my mom actually let my friends and I, and, yeah, it was pretty much like my friends. Like, there was maybe one or two younger siblings of one of the friends. We went by ourselves, or we went ahead of them. And we ended up going down this area that didn't look familiar. We were trying to find a shortcut, and we ended up getting followed by this group of older kids. They followed us throughout the whole night. And it was kind of like one of those panic, like, trying to get away from them. And then, like, I remember that night, the night before, me and my friends, you know, we had a sleepover. And, we were talking about, like, how, there were certain encounters on Halloween, like they say, like, you know, like devil worshipping stuff and all that stuff. So when we were getting stalked by those creepy ass people, freaked us out a bit.
I got two.
Two?
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first year I was going trick-or-treating by myself. Mm-hmm. Well, let's say I was going by myself. It was like, I think it was my it was last year I did trick-or-treat. It was 8th grade. And I was with friends. And I think my mom was working late, so she said, let me know where to pick you up at night. And I just, before we had cell phones, I remember my friend had one, so I decided to just call her on that one.
Yeah.
I think that's what the premise was. Because I remember I was with them and I was trick-or-treating, but I was older. Yeah. Anyway. We're going house to house. And then there's this part in Blanco that goes down a street that's near a water tower. Now, it's not the same water tower that you go to my place, a little further inward. The water tower that's towards you pass when you go to my house, it used to be the old one, I guess. Yeah. The one that I'm talking about is actually newer and actually graffitied up. Anyway. Or is it the opposite I'm thinking about? Either one's graffitied up. I can't remember which one. But if you go down that street, it's very dark.
Yeah. Sounds like a bad idea.
Now, we were four of us, I would say, 5, I think, going down this area, and we had to go down there to get to the other street that's past the church. That leads to the other neighborhoods that had a bunch of stuff like that.
I think is this in Blanco? Okay, I think I remember this area.
But there was
you trick-or-treated by yourself in that area?
It's Blanco. Everybody knows everybody.
My God, that's scary as hell. I wouldn't.
Everybody knows everybody. Small town of 1,500 people.
I know, but ugh.
But there's a graveyard that's there.
Yeah.
Between the corners.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. It's a graveyard that my grandparents buried at. And we had to pass across the street that was near it. And yeah, because this is a little out there. My phone. There's a little, and not say out of town, but it's outer area. But you can easily get to other parts of town from that street. But passing it, we were walking, and then a friend of mine said, "Look at that weirdo over there." And I'm like, "What?" And we all looked, and there was some. He thought it was like some person in the graveyard, just like in there. Like, what a weirdo over there in the grave, right? It's Halloween. I guess he's trying to scare people. But what I saw was it looked like a white figure. Like a guy all white standing in front of a grave. We all looked to see what he was looking at. We looked, and the second we looked, we were like, what? And then I remember I turned to, I guess, look down the street for a second and look back to see if there was a car or something parked over there. Like maybe there's more people. And I looked back, and whoever that was gone. Right?
Yeah.
apparently they did the same thing I did. They were looking around to see if anybody else was around because they didn't see him disappear. Because we all looked back and like, where'd he go? Like, I don't know. And like, oh crap, let's get out of here. We started running. The other time, I remember that. It was a kid. I was like 13, 14. The other time, this is like the day after Halloween, right? Like November 1st. But I had band practice with Gabe and this other guy we were testing on, the drummer. This is in Blanco. This is before we started practicing in San Antonio.
Yeah.
We were practicing with him and our friend Daniel, who I remember he was stepping in on bass. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. And we were having this practice at his house, the drummer's house, which is out in the middle, basically nowhere. And he had a nice house, and then he had like this shack that we would practice in. His sister, the drummer's sister, I think Chris, his sister, very popular chick. I think I had already been graduated by a year. I think she was a junior, and Chris was a senior. Yeah. And most of the kids, I guess I knew when I graduated. Like, I guess they knew me because I had younger brothers. But anyway, she was a popular chick. Had a bunch of people over a Halloween party. Because apparently Halloween couldn't happen that day because it was a Saturday or a Friday. I don't know the reason why. But she had a Halloween party on November 1st. So I think his sister and her mom came into the practice spot when we were practicing, asked if you guys want to come over for the Halloween party. Are you guys doing anything tonight? Do you want to say bye? I know they're just being nice. They actually care. Anyway, so I say, yeah, we're not doing anything. I go over. Half the kids there I know because I was in marching band with a few of them, and the other few I just knew because my brother's like friends. So I was like, I might as well just hang out. I gotta be the older kid. Yeah. But I was mostly hanging out with Gabe and Chris, but Gabe and Chris want to continue practicing for a little bit longer, and I was talking to them, and then I remember Chris dressed up as a Joker that year. That's when Batman, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dark Knight?
Dark Knight, no.
Batman
Begins? Dark Knight.
Oh.
Yeah, well, Dark Knight just came out, right? So he was a Joker and stuff like that, but the point I'm getting to is that a few of the people knew this, actually the chick that I knew, her name was Letitia. She was a rocker person, so that's kind of knew her. But apparently she lived across the street from a haunted house. And she said it was haunted because you see the lights flicker on in there on and off. And it has been power in there since the 60s.
Ooh.
Right? And she says she ran people walk by in there. The house is abandoned.
Yeah.
What she told us is that the reason why it's haunted is apparently back in the 70s or 80s, a father killed his kid in there.
Oh my God.
Right? And they still see his ghost walking around in there. So the rest of the kids, hey, it's Halloween party. Let's all go and check it out.
Such a bad idea.
But that was just the first spot. They actually want to go to this other spot that was supposedly haunted as well. I wish I remember because it's one place I want to go back to when we go over there. But it's outside of Blanco, and it's like this big barn building on its ranch, right? Not my ranch, some other ranch. It's abandoned. But one of the kids knew about it because he worked there or worked out around that area, and he knew the stories from there, so he decided to take us there, right? Doesn't happen. I didn't, nothing going on. Yeah. But I decided to scare the shit out of the kids. Right?
Oh my gosh.
So I wrote on the guy's dirty back of his truck, "Get out."
Oh my gosh.
And I remember a girl came over and she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "What?" And all I started looking at it and stuff like that. And I started laughing. I was like, "What?" I did that. Like, oh, they started freaking out. Like, they started laughing at that. Anyway, so we go to the house that's supposedly haunted. And they're already on edge, right? All the kids. I say kids. They were like a year or two younger than me at the time.
Yeah.
But, high school kids. And a few of them go extra ahead in the house, right? I think I was the last one to get there because I was riding with somebody else. And I could see them all getting out, like the major group. A few of them went inside already, like 3 or 4. Yeah. And the major group was all together, huddled together, all like moving super slow and scared shitless as they walked towards the house, right?
Yeah.
And they're about to get in. I think they start getting in, and then I'm outside, mind you. and I walk up and I hear, like all these girls screaming and shit. And all running out. I'm like, what happened? What happened? What happened? And one of the other kids that I knew, I think his name was Chase or something, he was laughing because apparently he ran in ahead of everybody, hid in the closet, and jumped out and scared the shit out of everybody.
Oh my gosh. That's such a typical, like, high schooler.
I know. I was laughing. He's like, anyway. So I go in there. House is like your typical horror movie looking, abandoned house, right? There's a refrigerator look like it's from like the early 80s, like maybe earlier than that. There's like one table in there, no chairs, no electronics, right? Everything looks like it hasn't been used in years. It's dusty and old. So, right, the stairs go up. So we go up and go to the upstairs, and in the upstairs leads to like an attic room.
Yeah.
Right? Because all the other rooms are empty. We go up to the attic room, and inside there is newspapers and like books and like random paper just scattered everywhere all over the floor.
Yeah.
With open boxes, I guess where they were at, right? And there's pictures and photographs and stuff like that. So I was in there with them just looking around. And we didn't hear anything. Most of the time we just heard people talking outside. But they took a few pictures. And one of the kids' cell phone pictures caught some orbs.
Ooh.
All right. But yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's been anything like that or... No, I mean, Halloween is... When I was a kid, though, I would always... I don't know why. I would always get sick near Halloween, though. Like, always come down with something. That always kind of sucked.
Now...
Yes.
Yeah, semi-midway point. We actually have our first ad.
Yes.
From our first sponsor.
We are going to talk about the first sponsor. Yep. So before we move forward to the next subject topic, we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our sponsor, which we are super happy to be able to promote this new podcast. We are promoting a brand new podcast called Scary Time. This podcast brings you new creators every week while bringing you the scariest stories and conversations ever heard. Every week, an independent creator tells us about the paranormal, ghosts, monsters, hauntings, creepy places, enchanted objects, aliens, and more. And if one of the creators sparks your spooky interest, feel free to follow them on their podcast content page. I mean, if you dare. Listening to Scary Time lets you try out new creators, binge listen to all the shows until you find the one you love. Make sure to check out Scary Time on all major platforms and follow on social media. All social media links will be linked in our episode description as well as on our Instagram account. Tired of the same old scary stories by commercial creators? Give indie creators a try with Scary Time.
So it's like a playlist of...
Yeah, it's like a playlist of... He takes like an episode from podcasts that are technically indie creators, and it's all mashed into like one kind of like playlist, and it's basically an episode from like a trial run of a different paranormal podcast. Not paranormal. It could be anything in the paranormal realm, but spooky, scary, that kind of thing.
Okay. Now, one of our last subjects, because I know this will take forever to talk about. What is some of your favorite Halloween movies? But what is the one that you think is the best?
So, I'm a classic person. Like, I like the classics. So, I like Halloween. Halloween's my favorite. I don't know.
The original Rob Zombie?
No, the original.
All right.
Because I feel like I don't like gore that much. I just don't like it. I'm not that because
the original Halloween has him slashing people around. What are you talking about?
I don't know why it doesn't bother me as bad as like Rob Zombie's version. I feel like Rob Zombie's version, I guess, is more realistic. Well, I don't know. I just the first one. I also did really like Nightmare on Elm Street, not just because Johnny Depp's in there. Hubba hubba. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, I always like Nightmare on Elm Street. So those two, like, as far as like slashers go. But of course I like the little bit of I like Scream though too. Like it's like corny as corny can get. But I don't know. Of course, Hocus Pocus. Halloween Town.
Shut up with your stupid Halloween Town.
He hates Halloween Town. He's like, it's.
I gave it a chance. It's beyond dumb.
No.
For one, this movie's supposed to be after Hocus Pocus. Like, it came out, what, the 2000s?
Yeah, I was still a kid.
Its animation and CGI is worse than Hocus Pocus.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have people come at you.
I don't care. Come at me.
Just kidding.
Come at me, bro.
Oh my god.
No, greatest Halloween movie of all time, in my opinion, and most people, others' opinion, is Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Hocus Pocus is the OG.
Yeah.
Like.
Now, I think Nightmare Before Christmas is either... I feel it's more a Christmas movie than it is a Halloween movie, but
I think
it's kind of both.
Yeah, I've never kind of like been like, let me go watch A Nightmare Before Christmas for like to get in the Halloween mood.
But the movie is like it's 20% Halloween movie, 80% Christmas movie. So that's why most people think it's more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to think if there's any. I like kind of like the like when I go to pick Halloween movies, I kind of like picking like the corny ones, like Scream, like the ones that are not like super scary. Like I'm not the type of person to be like, you know what, let me go watch The Conjuring or Insidious or whatever. Oh, here's a good thing. Kind of, it's a little bit away from Halloween, but what is your favorite paranormal based type of movie?
Paranormal Activity.
I think so too. Because like, I feel like that's most realistic.
Well, yeah, it's shot that way, but I remember watching. I remember the feeling I had watching it, or after watching it. I was afraid. Every little creak or in your room, you instantly start looking around and stuff like that. Yeah. And me being on the ranch, I mean, it actually probably could have been something, but no, that movie literally for this first. There's not going to be another movie like it for its first time. Mm-hmm. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
But for its first time of coming out. By the way, this is going to be another subject for one of other episodes is horror haunted movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, curse movies.
But our curse films.
Yeah.
But now that movie for its first be coming out for, I guess, for its style, the found footage style, which they weren't the first to do it. Oh, excuse me.
Oh my god. That's a burrito belch.
Yeah. Blair Witch was the first one.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorites too. I watched it like as an adult, and I don't get scared, obviously.
But it did what it did to people with Paranormal Activity. It made them believe it was real.
Yeah.
To a point where they actually were concerned. So that's what Paranormal Activity did. Ugh. Not for everyone, but for a majority of people, and that's what made them scared. That's what made them afraid when they watched the film, because it terrified them because they thought it might have been real or can be real, which technically, yeah, but not to the level of what happened.
Yeah. Well, I thought too, you know what movie kind of like freaked me out a bit? Sinister. I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it because it was like, just like totally weirded me out.
You know, a weird, debatable fact about that? Huh. According to science, and I don't know what kind of science, Sinister is the scariest horror film of all time.
Really?
Which I don't understand how. I mean, yeah, it was good, but I was like, I think Paranormal Activity was up there level.
I don't think there's been a movie though that has honestly like terrified me.
Wait till you watch Exorcist.
I know, I should watch that. I should like live stream me watching that.
No, you're like, I can't see it anymore. I don't want to watch it.
Ah, we should see. We shall see. No, I just, nah.
Yeah, movie I want to watch. I'll probably wait till Halloween and watch it again.
What?
Again, I say again.
What?
Is the not the remake, but I guess a sequel. But it's also kind of a remake of Blair Witch. They came out like 2015, 2014. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god, you want to hear something crazy?
What?
Right? It's like a totally inappropriate story, but it's kind of like...
How'd you get that from what I said?
Because, no, there is. Okay. Yeah. So, think back to like Blockbuster and Movie Gallery and all of that, right?
Movie Gallery? What the hell is that?
It's like Blockbuster. It's like another person's version. We had Movie Gallery over here, and we had
Texas and California was Blockbuster.
We have Blockbuster.
It was Hollywood Movie.
Hollywood Movie, yeah, we had that. That was like down the street. Anyways, so every Friday night, my mom would take me and my friends to go pick out a movie, right? And this was like middle school aged, and I was like, we were always looking for horror movies. We were like in a horror movie phase, like we wanted to be scared and all that stuff. And so we had watched The Blair Witch before, right? And for those of you that are over 18 know that in those stores, there was non-appropriate videos at the very top. Do you remember that? Like it would be
No,
blocked.
there was a section in the back with a room with a curtain.
No, not over here. No, not over here. Like they had it at the very top, but it was like covered. But like you could see like the person's eyeballs, but like nothing else, right? So I remember I was walking through this one area and I was like, and it had a similar title to Blair Witch, and I thought it was like maybe a remake or an addition to it. I was like, I'm getting it. And I didn't care to like read the back or anything. I just like, this is it. This is it. This is the like sequel or whatever. Cause I knew there was not a sequel, or I thought there was something else with it. I don't know.
Well, there's a sequel. It wasn't very good.
Yeah. Anyways. So we take it. My mom even approves it. She goes, oh yeah, okay. That's fine. It's like another remake of the, another remake of the Blair Witch, right? Or something like that. Something similar. And so, the lady doesn't say anything, checks us out. We go home and my dad goes, oh, what movies did you get? So my dad goes and he goes, because my mom's name is Jennifer. He goes, Jen, I'm going to need you to come over here, please. And he shows her the movie. And instead of getting you know what the title of the movie was?
What?
The Blair Witch Project. It was like a porno off the.
Oh.
Yeah. But it went through my mom. Like my mom obviously wasn't paying attention. She just thought it was, cause it has like the same, it didn't have anything other than the title, The Blair Witch Project. It didn't have anything like revealing or anything like that. It was literally just a girl with a beanie, like on the regular movie, and it was like the black and white cover and everything. And the lady at the counter, because we were both saying, oh, we can't wait to see this remake, and it might be a little bit even stupider, but we want to see it, whatever. And she just kept on going with it, like these 12, 11-year-old kids, oh, we can't wait to see it and see whatever. And yeah, needless to say, that movie got returned ASAP. But I just thought that was kind of funny because of the Blair Witch, but yeah.
It's, all like the famous, like, I guess the serial killers or the famous like horror movie icons like Michael and Jason and Freddy and so forth, and even like Hannibal Lecter and all that. There's always this little pumpkin kid.
What?
Like
Trick or Treat.
Yeah, Trick or Treat. What is that?
I've never seen it, but a lot of people in like the horror community and like the Halloween community always rave. Sam is his name.
Is it the kid that goes out killing people?
I don't know. I don't know the backstory. They keep telling me, like, I remember one person, because I said I never saw it, sent me a trailer. It's like, hey, you need to check out this movie. It's really good. It's like one of the ones that, like, you need to watch. And I just never watched it.
Probably just pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
I guess it came out at a time where I wasn't caring about film in that way. Or at least horror film anyway. Yeah. So I never really saw a preview for it. I never saw anything about it until I started seeing, like, I guess the pop culture around it. And then I was like, oh. But yeah, I guess I gotta check it out now.
Yeah. That was my phone, guys. So sorry. It's not someone thumping around.
I don't think it'd be odd if we catch an EVPs in this episode.
Yeah, because we're just kind of like just going with the flow. Not really talking about anything serious. Just kind of.
Well, we kind of talked about ghosts for a second.
Yeah, for a second.
Now, something about this Halloween for all you listeners to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a full moon.
Yeah.
And this year alone has already proven that it's the weirdest year of all time.
Yeah.
So a lot of paranormal people believe that all paranormal-esque things are going to be heavily heightened come Halloween.
I think that's why a lot of people are doing like investigations.
Yeah, so I say, not to do an investigation, but we're doing a live, right?
Yeah, we'll do a live, like kind of to say, hey, what's cracking?
Show you what we're doing outside and stuff.
Talk to you guys. So yeah. We were supposed to do a live early October, but stuff got in the way. We weren't able to do it, so.
But if you guys want to message us or comment or something about we post the advertisement for this episode, your favorite Halloween memory, your favorite Halloween, I guess, experience, your favorite costume, or maybe the candy that you like and everyone else trashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to like anything with chocolate and caramel, I noticed. I like Snickers, though. Like, recently, I've been in one Snickers kick.
Yeah, I hate when I get those purple Skittles. Like, I like regular Skittles or like sour Skittles, but like the purple bag Skittles.
Oh, like the Tropicana
Yeah.
flavors.
Oh, God, I hate it every time I get it. It's like, God dang it, I throw it against the wall.
No, I'm trying to think. I think Twizzlers is like one of the ones I'm like, meh. My favorite, I used to take these from everybody because nobody wanted it, was the 100 grand bars. Again,
another candy. I'd never seen a candy bar for them. Only in a Halloween trick-or-treating. I've ever, like, that, was it Mr. Good Bar and, like, Dots. Like, all these other weird candies that, like, only ever come in little bit versions.
What was the other one? Oh, I used to like Gobstoppers a lot. I remember there was one house I used to give these, like, big-ass jawbreakers. Like, I'm talking about, like
baseballs?
Yeah. I remember, that was a thing, too, because we used to have this one teacher during Halloween, like, on October. If you got, like, it had to be, like, 5th grade, so if, like, you got your, like, vocab test, if you made a certain grade, he'd give you one of those big jawbreakers. He used to have this big-ass glass during, like, October. He's a pretty cool teacher.
Yeah, no, not me. No.
You know what I used to love? And they probably don't do it anymore now, but I used to love, like, when I was a kid, like, right before Halloween, like, we got in that season, and they'd start doing, like, the little crafts in school, you know?
You mean, like, Halloween. Every kid makes a pumpkin or, like, a spider web thing?
Yeah, like, cute little, like, oh, I used to love that. I used to be yes, thank you. Even then, I was, like, obsessed with Halloween.
All right, next week's episode is on shadow people.
So, like, the Hat Man, and I'm actually going to do some digging because my brother a long time ago told me that he sees a shadow person, but with a pig nose. And that's kind of terrifying. I'm going to see if that's actually a thing. And if you guys have ever seen that, let me know. Because I'm going to share my experience, too, with shadow people. Because I've seen a lot of them before.
But yeah, that's going to be next week's episode about shadow people.
Really quick. Before we go, I did want to do a shout out to Junior, who is a fan of the podcast, and he constantly messages me about episodes and stuff, and is constantly supporting and all that stuff. So I just wanted to shout out to Junior from the Sinister Files. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Mia.
Yeah, thanks.
As always, catch us on our Instagram at Hidden in the Shadow Podcast and our Twitter at Hidden in the Sha 6.
Yep. And of course, happy Halloween.
Make sure it's a good one, guys. Whether you're going out, be safe. You're staying in, have fun.
Yep.
All right, we'll catch you weirdos in the next one.
Yes.